There he is, with his hat, Cuomo prime time. Say hello to kid. There, I saw it. I saw it. It's hard to miss. You're looking.
Let's get after it.
Let's get after it. I love that saying. You're looking fit and fine. Many people are asking about you. I tell you the truth, everyone I talk to is asking about you and how you're doing and how you're handling it and how you feel. Kara's here, by the way. She's working with me now. She's working on supplies. So she says hello. So how are you feeling?
I love Cara. You have great kids. There's no better way to measure what you've actually meant in the world than the kids you bring into it. And your daughters are great. And I'm not surprised at their help. They make me proud of the family. Thank God the next generation is better than the one that brought it into this world. I'm doing pretty well, all things considered. This is very tough. I get it now. I've now become part of this group of people who have this virus and they're reaching out and friends and people who are new friends. They have this 5, 8, 10 days, constant virus, constant fever, and it's tough. And, it's not doing great with my hair. I have to be honest. It's tough to keep hair the way I want it to look. You look like you've been cutting your own hair, which some people are good at, some people are not. So I've chosen to wear a hat because I don't want to butcher my own haircut. But it's going to be a long slog. But now that I know the fight that I'm in for, I'm more comfortable. And I've learned that I see why it takes people out. You got to rest because your body has the fever because it's fighting the virus. And you've got to chill. I'm very lucky. I have a wife who loves me, who's keeping me fed. I got a nice place to be. So many people don't. You've been very smart, Andrew, in getting people to think about how they can reach out and help people without contact. A lot of people are fighting this alone. And I can't imagine that. I can barely, keep it together, and I have everything done for me. Very lucky. There are a lot of people who are in a bad way, and they're reaching out to me, and I feel for them. So we're in a real fight, and we really do have to remember our connections to each other, because otherwise there'll be no way through.
You're on what? You're on day 2?
Yeah, I really believe that it didn't start until I got the diagnosis, maybe because psychosomatic or whatever. But that night, I got hit with fever and those rigors, spelled like rigors, R-I-G-O-R-S. But it was like out of a movie. I tell you, I had the hallucination. I was seeing pop. You came to me in a dream. You had on a very interesting ballet outfit, and you were dancing in the dream, and you were waving a wand and saying, "I wish I could wave my wand and make this go away." And then you spun around and you danced away.
Well, there's a lot of metaphoric reality in that one. I thank you for sharing that with us. It was kind of you. Obviously, it
I can't
has.
get that picture out of my head. That's all I see. And I look at you.
Obviously, the fever has affected your mental capacity. And
yeah. And being alone all the time. I think everything I say is funny.
So you still have a fever? Do you have a fever today?
I have a fever right this instant, Governor.
Really? Well, you look good.
Oh, yeah.
I have to tell you, comparatively, you look good.
Well, first of all, I appreciate that. I must point out to your audience that you have expressed concern about how I look after today's hearing several times. And you didn't like my hair. You thought that I was giving a bad look of survival of the virus.
No, look,
I think I'm doing okay.
Good. You look good. You sound good. I know that sometimes we joke. I'm not going to do that today. Rule 1 is never hit a brother when he's down, and you're literally in the basement. So I'm going to refrain from any rebuttal today. I don't
know, Andrew. I have to tell you, this is probably your best chance. Because when I'm healthy, you know what happens when we go toe-to-toe and I'm healthy. So really, if I were you, Now's the time to strike.
Yeah, but see,
You
that's
may
the,
get sick, but
yeah.
I would come for it now. Once I'm healthy, I'm not going to forget all the jokes you made at my expense. I saw the picture you showed of me the other day.
No, look,
Raised my fever. I went in.
no, look, first, I have no doubt that you would hit me when I'm down. That's the difference between us, and that is my point. That's not who I am. I hadn't made any jokes. It was not a joke. Some people misinterpreted what I said. I said that I was going to send you a book, because I know you're just walking around the basement there, that I was going to send you a book on a beginner's guide to striped bass fishing. But that's only because, you normally fish for porgies, and it's totally different to fish for striped bass than porgies. I was never saying anything that was in any way offensive.
Well, I appreciate the book. I like to learn. I love to read. I love to fish with you. It's one of my favorite things to do. You're the only person I've ever known who fishes in all white, because you have no expectation of getting any kind of fish or any type of substance on you at any time when you fish, which has been great training for the virus. You have lived a sterilized existence pretty much the entire time I've known you.
Yes, I believe you can fish and still stay neat and clean. I'll tell you
And I
this.
love these press conferences. I think you should have one every day.
Yes, I have been. I know you haven't noticed.
Oh,
Yes,
sorry.
yes, it's sort of like the way you have a show. Yes, I do a briefing. You have Cuomo prime time, I have Cuomo all the time. That's the difference. Yeah, I
The
see
hats
that.
are available, by the way.
Yes, it is a good-looking hat. And 1 hour a day. I work 23 hours a day. That's like the mathematical balance. But
You
anyway,
need you to. You have to keep the state.
Yes.
That's your job.
that's my job. I do believe this is going to be a great public service in a ironic way. People are curious about coronavirus. What does it mean? What happens if I get the virus? You living it, showing it, doing the show, reporting on how you feel, reporting on what you're doing. I think it really it demystifies this. It takes a lot of the unknown out of the equation. And I know it's a terrible, unfortunate circumstance for you, but think about it from a journalistic point of view, a public service point of view. You are answering questions for millions of Americans. If I get it, what happens? What do I do? What do I look like? How about my family? By the way, best news is, thank God, your family doesn't show any symptoms. Knock Formica, yeah. Because if your wife had any symptoms, you would be in the basement for a lot longer than this virus would keep you in the basement, my brother. But
Let me tell you, I don't know how I would do it without it. I mean, I've always been emotionally dependent on my wife, but now I don't eat uh, without Christina.
that's a
The
problem.
kids won't come anywhere near me.
Yeah.
The dogs won't even come down the stairs.
Well, is
I
that
had to trick the dog to come in to take a picture with it.
a
So this
relationship
was,
issue, or is that like a canine instinct issue?
I think that, people get into survival mode and they're like, look, big dog went down, doesn't mean we all have to go down. And they are keeping their distance. I get a FaceTime alert every once in a while. I get a text message. They are all very proud of you and what you're doing. I know how hard this is for you. I know it's frustrating when you can't control what you need and you know what you need and you know how important it is and you can't get it. And that is very tough. And I've watched it in real time with you. And I can tell people, of course, I'm your brother. I'll never be objective about you. You're my favorite guy. But I've never seen you work harder than now. And I've never seen you have this kind of desperation to source equipment and you're drawing in from everybody you know. And you've done everything you can to stay positive with the federal government. And that is so important right now. And you're doing everything you can. Unfortunately, look, what's one of the big lessons in life that Pop always used to tell us? Certain things you're not going to be able to control. Certain things are going to happen. This virus is one of them. It happened. It's going to run its course. You guys can't put a number on it. I know there's a huge temptation to do it. I know you're using the models. I talked to Dr. Fauci and all the different experts. People want timing, but we got to be realistic. We don't know how long it's going to last. We only know what we control, which is staying away from one another. And if we do that well, things will go better. But sometimes in life, you got to ride it out. And when one of those experiences now, people will remember this period, maybe more than any other period in our lives. And people will be remembered for how they stepped up right now and what they did and what they didn't do. And I'm very proud of you, big brother. I'll tell you that.
Well, look, I've said at this briefing, this is a transformative moment for the state, for the country. I believe that. I also believe it's a moment where you really see what people are made of. When the pressure is on, that's when you see all the cracks and you see all the strength. It's easy to be nice when everything is nice, but when the pressure is really on. And for you, when they told you you tested positive, a lot of people's instinct would have been to get in bed, pull the covers over your head, and just lay there. For you to get up, do that show, share with people, that is a strength and a character strength that is really incredible. And we joke a lot, but the strength that you showed here and the dedication to journalism and your skill and your ability to make this okay for people and to communicate it. You can do the coronavirus, have the coronavirus, but life goes on. I've been saying 1,000 times, 80% of the people get it and they will self-resolve, But you're showing that. And not many people would have stood up the way you have stood up. And I've always been proud of you. You know that. On a basic level. Not only do I love you, I've always been proud of you. But I've never been prouder of you than I am right now. You go get some rest. I love you. Everybody loves you. This is going to be fine. You're going to get through it, and you're going to do a beautiful public service in the meantime. And I'm proud of you. And then we'll go fishing, we'll have a drink, and we'll laugh about it. Go get some rest. Thank you for taking the time.
Can't wait for that. And I know that I have to take care of myself. I won't do the show all the time. I'll do it whenever I can. People have been very nice and saying, don't work too much because you don't want to compromise fighting the virus. They are right. You're right to say that as well. And I hear all the advice. I love you. Thank you for letting me join today. I'll enjoy watching this now that I know it's a regular thing. I'll watch it every day because I'm stuck in the basement.
Thank you. Thank you for saying such loving, supportive things.
If you need me, you know where I am.
Rule 1, never hit a brother when he's down, in the basement. Love you.
In the basement.
In the basement.
Love you.
Ciao.